Organophosphates contaminating water sources and poisoning fish. Wendy Abraham. Every year, millions of fish in fish farms, lakes, rivers, and seas are killed by pesticides. These fish die from pesticides if they're applied to the land, but mostly from rainfall, causing the pesticides to drift downhill towards water and streams. Pesticides can cause fish deaths in large quantities. That said, it's not just deaths that are caused. In fact, with prolonged but minimal exposure, the effects on fish can be noticeable. The presence of pesticides, even at low concentrations, caused deleterious effects on the earlier life stages of a comparatively harder and robust fish, suggesting a wider range effect on the more sensitive wildlife, particularly a decrease in survival in their native environment. Therefore, measures should be taken to minimize the risk of contamination of the aquatic environment by such toxic chemicals. Organophosphate insecticides are one type of pesticide that works by damaging an enzyme in the body called acetylcholine esterase. This enzyme is critical for controlling nerve signals in the body. The damage to this enzyme kills pests, but unfortunately it also harms fish and humans when exposed. This is the chemical makeup and the explanation of it. The primary mechanism of action of organophosphate pesticides is inhibition of carboxyl ester hydrolases, particularly acetylcholine esterase. ACHE is an enzyme that degrades the neurotransmitter acetylcholine into choline and acetic acid. Organophosphates, OPs, are chemical substances originally produced by the reaction of alcohols and phosphoric acid. In the 1930s, organophosphates were used as insecticides, but the German military also developed these substances as neurotoxins in World War II. OPs are a group of human-made chemicals that are used to poison insects. Organophosphates are the most widely used insecticides today. They are used in agriculture, the home gardens, and veterinary practice. This harmful chemical enters the fish through the food they eat or through the water they live in. It can be stored in their flesh and fat also. OPs affect fish by causing them to become slower and cause alternate normal behavior, which can lead them to dangerous situations. It causes decreased oxygen intake in the gill, brain, and muscle tissues. OPs affect humans by causing nervous system problems such as muscle weakness and numbness. Long-term exposure can cause confusion, anxiety, loss of memory, disorientation, and much more. Exposure of fish to OPs can damage the fish gills, muscles, heart, kidney, and spleen. The main mechanism of action of OPs and carbamate insecticides is block of enzyme acetylcholinesterase action that results in signs and symptoms of intensive cholinergic stimulation. Organochlorines are neurotoxins which affect on sodium and potassium channels in neurons. Decrease of potassium permeability and inhibition of calmodulin, sodium, potassium, and calcium ATPase activity occur by organochlorine insecticides. And that's all.